violence or no other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, cyberspace? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
This suspect was arrested on the scene without incident. He went into police custody willingly. He's been locked up here at the Wayne County Jail ever since. Today, though, he just didn't feel like going into court. Take a look.
He refuses to put on clothes.
Yes, he's naked right now.
It was supposed to be a routine court appearance for Winston Kirtley Jr. He's the Detroit man who allegedly shot 8 people, killing.
And this is the black Trump supporter who shot up a party that was in his neighborhood because of parking, is what he claimed. And he had a multitude of guns in his house, an Army veteran, so he knew how to use them. And he did a lot of damage, man. And now it looks like he's going the mental health route and pleading insanity.
2 of them because someone in the group was parked in the street, blocking his driveway. It happened on Coyle Street in the early morning hours of July 31st. This is video of the defendant during his first court appearance.
The court finds you to be a danger to the community and therefore will remand you into custody.
But on Friday,
Right now, he's currently housed on our mental health unit, and he will not put any clothes on.
Kirtley's attorney a bit perplexed by the whole thing.
My question was, is he refusing to participate?
He's refusing to put on clothes, so in a word, yes.
Investigators say Whitley used a high-profile rifle in the shooting, firing from inside his West Side home. When police arrested him on scene, they found 11 weapons strategically placed throughout the house. Neighbors telling Fox 2 Kirtley lived alone and often appeared.
There you go. You see the Trump sign. And it's funny, the media didn't mention anything about it because why? It doesn't fit the narrative.
Angry and agitated. Friday, his attorney weighing in on his client's mental state.
The first time I visited him, he was not very responsive at all. Yesterday, I went to see him again. I found him to be on the psychiatric floor. I found him to be very much in a confused state of mind, as well as very aggressive.
So, not surprisingly, the judge has ordered a mental competency evaluation for Kirtley, and he is scheduled to be back in court not until November. Of course, we'll continue to follow this story, bring you updates as soon as we get them. Reporting live downtown, Camila Mary, Fox 2 News.
Yeah, like we said at the outset, clearly this is ridiculous behavior. Did the judge say anything else about what he is going to demand of this suspect?
Well, you know, obviously it was a Zoom hearing, right? And so we're watching it after the fact. So he was never actually going to be physically in court, but he was going to be in that specific area where the defendants go. You know, they waited for him. They decided they were going to wait. And then, you know, you heard the deputy, and she came back a couple times. She's like, he's not putting his clothes on. He's naked. He's not. We can't do this. So they decided, obviously, to postpone it. We'll have to see what happens. I don't think this is the end of this story, but I do want to tell you that I did talk to a family member of one of the deceased victims, and he said he's aware of what's going on, and he's just thankful that he's locked up here in the Wayne County Jail, no bond, and there's no chance at all that he could get out and hurt anyone else. Hillary, Root, back to you.
And a lot of people probably thankful tonight that he is behind bars. Camila Mary live for us tonight.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Frederick Douglass, where a shooting just took place. And as you can see, it's a pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comments section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this son violence in the streets. I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
Breaking news from Detroit's West Side. A manhunt underway after a series of deadly shootings.
We believe this to be a random act. To the families and friends of these victims, we will continue to work to get the suspect into custody.
That tops our evening here tonight. Detroit police say the shooting happened this morning within a span of a few hours.
In total, 2 women and a man have died. 1 person was hurt in the shootings. Detroit police working with multiple police agencies right now to search for the suspect, who they say is armed and dangerous. Victor Williams is live. And Victor, tonight police say they want to get this person off the streets.
Oh, yeah, Sandra and Grant, police are actively searching for this suspect as we speak. And as far as we know, none of the shootings that you guys mentioned earlier have anything to do with one another. And that's really making this a very tense situation.
Someone knows him. Someone has seen him. Just give us a call so we can get him off the street.
Police want you to take a good hard look at this man wanted for multiple deadly shootings in the areas surrounding the 12th precinct on West 7 Mile Road in Detroit.
It appears to be very random. One was waiting on a bus, one was walking his dog, and one was just on the street.
It all started at 4:45 a.m. when a 40-year-old woman was shot several times at Wyoming and Margarita. Shortly afterwards, a 28-year-old man was found also shot multiple times near 7 Mile in Wyoming. Hours later at 6:50 a.m. on Livernois, another woman in her 40s found shot in the same pattern, riddled with bullets. But Chief James White says it didn't stop there. Another person falls victim to the shooter at 7:10 a.m.
Another victim noticed the suspect peering in the vehicles. When he told him to get away from the vehicles, he turned and fired at him and striking him once.
With the search being what has now become a race against the clock, authorities are hoping to act now before it's too late. MSP's helicopter is now flying, joining the search from the sky. The ATF, FBI, and even Department of Homeland Security has gotten involved as well.
And look at how much resources they had to bring together in order to catch this one super gremlin. And this is where our taxpayers are going to when they probably could have already had this dude locked up. I guarantee he got priors. It's absolutely ridiculous. But it doesn't look like there's going to be any change.
There are large numbers of officers from multiple agencies scouring several square miles right now, waiting for the individual to resurface.
The suspect, last seen wearing all black and a Carhartt-like jacket and hood, is believed to be in his mid to late 20s, possibly his early 30s. Mayor Duggan calling on the citizens of Detroit to speak out to prevent another person from being killed.
The pictures are out, the images are out. This individual has already shot 4 people today. Somebody out there who sees this knows him and has a relationship.
And once again, this man is believed to be armed and dangerous. So if you do come across him, do not approach him. Instead, call 911 as soon as possible. On the West Side, Victor Williams, Local 4.
Yeah, and Victor, we know a lot of police agencies working together on this one. How did police match that suspect to those crimes?
Ballistic evidence. They were able to take a look at some of those shells and analyze that evidence, and it turns out that all of it was pointing to the same gun.
All right, Victor, thank you.
Live streaming can be tricky, and sometimes trying to find the right song.
Fox 2's Randy Wembley spoke to one man who fired at the suspect, possibly saving a life. He joins us live with the latest. Randy.
Hey guys, that man tells me that suspect had every intention of killing his neighbor, and he had to intervene.
I looked out the window. I could see the suspect shooting down the street, and then I heard like 4 or 5 shots. Then my neighbor cried for help.
This Detroiter, who did not want to be identified, may very well be one of the reasons his neighbor is still alive after that shooting rampage Sunday morning.
It was serious. He was being gunned down, literally being gunned down.
Wow. The man grabbed his firearm, raced to his front door, and engaged the gunman as he bared down on his neighbor, John Pallick.
And this is something that you don't see. Somebody coming into defense of these super gremlins while they're actively on demon time. But watch what happened.
The retired military veteran nearly killed as he walked his dog Sunday.
Called out the shooter and to let him know my presence. And I said, why are you shooting? Who are you shooting at? What are you shooting about?
All the while, the suspect was still armed. Other neighbors sprang into action to help Palik as the suspect ran off.
I realized like he had a gun wound in his leg, so I just ran in the house, got a belt, turning.
So it looks like this super gremlin was hunting a glider, and a good Samaritan older brother came and saved him. I mean, I'm telling you guys, there is something going on. These super gremlins are definitely targeting older gliders. Y'all got to be careful.
Wow, me and a couple other neighbors, we was on the phone with 911, giving them information and everything. Just doing what we're supposed to do, you know, looking out for each other.
Palik was one of 4 victims the suspect targeted, killing 3 of them, including Laree Plazuski Briscoe and Shane Lee, and a woman who is yet to be identified.
Wow. So he had already taken people out. I mean, Detroit is absolutely on fire. These super gremlins are on demon time.
It's frightening. It is. It's just frightening. Sometimes I ride the bus. One of the people he shot and killed was waiting on the bus.
The shooting prompted many in this area of northwest Detroit to go on lockdown as city and federal authorities pulled all stops to get the suspect off the street. Sources tell me the suspect's aunt gave him up, tipping off police to his whereabouts.
His op? I know he did not just say op.
Sources tell me the suspect's aunt gave him up, tipping off police to his whereabouts.
What? Oh, his aunt. Oh my God, I thought they said ops. I was like, wow.
Frank Knight lives on the same street where the suspect was taken into custody.
So I really didn't know anything about it until we came outside and the police were everywhere.
Detroit police is crediting technology and the community with helping them get the suspect off the street. For those who helped the lone survivor, they see no heroism in their actions.
It was great to see everyone come out and help, everyone calling the police, everyone doing as much as they can to help. And that's what it's all about. That's what this community is about.
Trying to be a hero about it. It was not a heroic moment. It was just to save a neighbor who was obviously being shot at.
Now, Mayor Mike Duggan made a point to say earlier today that had the ShotSpotter program been up and running in the area where that first shooting happened, officers would have been able to respond, find the gunman, and prevent those other 3 shootings. He says that what happened Sunday is proof the ShotSpotter program needs to be expanded. The investigation into Sunday's shootings still under investigation. Roop Taryn.
Well, thank goodness that neighbor was there and everybody who really tried to get involved. But I think a lot of people at home, you know, the scariest thing perhaps is that this was random and that really your only defense is just to be aware of your surroundings.
That is something that one of the gentlemen that I spoke with earlier today, that he reiterated just the importance of situational awareness. But again, this is something that no one really in this area anticipated happening.
And all that means that anticipate your surroundings, be aware of your surroundings, look both ways before you cross a super gremlin. All they're telling you to do is avoid these super gremlins on demon time, but they can't say it straight up.
People who live here know the reality of crime in this city. They know that, and oftentimes it's not random as this situation was, and that's really what threw everyone in this these neighborhoods in Northwest Detroit really for a loop, the randomness of it all.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Guess what? I could be at work.